Hello, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you're at, and welcome to my space. I hope you all are having an absolutely beautiful, beautiful Thursday and a beautiful full moon. We are in this full moon energy. We are really in it. I've been feeling it. It has been strong this cycle. Like I have been feeling it for probably 4 days before the moon came and still really, really feeling it. So, good morning, everybody, and thank you for being here. Thank you for saying hi. Hi, Lily. Hi, Stacy. Hi, Jason. If you're here, please let me know. So, we're talking all about the moon this morning, and the message for the moon for me this time is, well, honestly, every time. I've got my moon shirt on. If you can see my sweatshirt that I just love with the full moon right up here at the top. Anyway, the moon message for me every cycle is kind of personal, meaning that it sometimes coincides with like astrologically where the moon is, and sometimes it's different. And this cycle, so between the new moon and this moon, the full moon, I've been really resonating with the days of the week, and the days of the week have just been calling to me, and I've been being nudged to like look at them a little bit more and pay more attention to the days of the week. And I do that anyway. I mean, like, I know the days of the week. I have this system that I love to use. It's different than astrology, and it's called the 7 Archetypes of Healing. And it coincides with the day of the week that you were born and the time of day, and you get 2 archetypes. So for instance, I was born on a Sunday, so my first archetype is the sun, and then I was born at the time of Saturn. So I'm a sun Saturn. And you look at that and it gives you lots of insight. And I love it because it's pretty magical. Anyway, I think I'm going to come on sometime and do that with you guys. I think that would be really fun. We can look everybody's archetypes up and play with that. But anyway, so it's like, oh, the full moon's on Wednesday, and Wednesday is Mercury. So I've really got clear that this moon was talking to me about communication, how I communicate, where I'm communicating, and really what it's about is being very discerning with our words. Okay? And I'm talking about discerning in terms of the spoken word, right? Using our voice in that way to other people, writing, also our voice internally, which is like the foundation of everything. We've got to be really, really aware of how we're speaking to ourselves because that's where it all begins, right? That's where it begins, ends, and everything in between. But so I've been really thinking about, Mercury. So if we think about Mercury as a planet, it is like incredibly extreme. It's like hotter than hot during the day and then colder than cold, like ridiculously cold at night. And so, you know, I've been contemplating that those extremes where, communication comes in. And where have I felt like I've been like too much talking, too much communicating? And where have I felt like I haven't had enough communication? And it's interesting because I think that if we really sit and, contemplate or just allow it to have some space within us, that we see that there are places in our life where we have too much communication and then places where we have not enough, right? So fear can keep us from not communicating enough, and fear can also keep us communicating too much, right? So when we aren't sure about ourselves and who we are and where we're at, then we have that imbalance. Okay, so we're still technically in Libra season. Tomorrow's the last day of Libra season. And so, Libra is all about balance and needing to find that balance. And oftentimes, we're heavy on one area and light on another. And we really want to bring it into balance. So I really encourage you for this entire moon season or this cycle, this full moon cycle, to really look at where your communication, where it's extreme, right? And where you want to kind of bring it in so that it feels a little more balanced for you. And that's what's really important, is that we feel balanced. It's all about us being balanced, us being in, right alignment with ourselves. We don't want, this is the yin and yang, right? The divine feminine and the divine masculine. We want a beautiful balance of both. And communication is a challenging thing. This fifth energy center, it's a doozy. Okay. It's a doozy. It's a doozy for women. It's a doozy for men. It's a doozy for all of us. So we really want to be aware. And for me, with the throat area, the easiest way to bring it into balance is to really contemplate and look closely and honestly, not easy, honestly, at where we are, out of balance, or where we're extreme. So I had a situation Monday night that kind of brought, everything that I was feeling into right in front of me, that I couldn't not look at it. And there was a situation with my daughter, and she and my husband and I were talking, and I said something to my husband about him not doing something well, and or that I didn't think he took care of something the way he should have. Who knows? It was just words coming out. It's not like I thought about it really carefully. This was an example of, too much, maybe not being discerning enough. And my daughter said, you're making this about you. And at first I was like, no, I'm not doing that. Then as I pondered it, it's like, yeah, I actually was. I actually was making it about me. And that really, that was the moon calling to me and letting me know, like, it's time to be discerning. It's time to really, cultivate your words carefully and intentionally. When we do that, we can't go wrong, right? And I mean, all of us have had situations where we've said or done things, like where we've said things, and as they're coming out of our mouth, we're like, oh crap, like that was not good, right? We've all done that. I hope I'm not the only one. Anyway, but I've done that more than I care to remember. But when we're discerning and when we're carefully cultivating our language and our words, that doesn't happen as often or at all. And the one thing that I think is really important that we think about with communication is that words are energy. Words carry energy. They carry a tremendous amount of energy. And that people respond to the energy of the word and the words that we're speaking way more than the actual words themselves, right? So if we say, like, there's a difference if we say, don't do that, right? Or we say, do not do that. The first one is like a question, like, please don't do that. Please don't do that. And the second one is, absolutely no way, do not do that. There's a different energy in there, and we need to be aware of that. So not only the words, we don't only want to be discerning about the words that we're speaking, how much we're speaking, how many words we're speaking, but we want to be clear about the energy behind the words. And the only way that we can truly be clear about the energy behind our words is to have a really balanced throat chakra, where the intention is clear behind what we're saying so that it cannot be misconstrued. This is why oftentimes people that have an issue feeling like they're never understood, like I used to say this back in, long time ago, when before I really was skilled with chakras and my throat chakra, was I would say all the time, like, am I speaking Greek? Like, am I speaking a foreign language that nobody understands? Because nobody's hearing me. Nobody's understanding me. Nobody's whatever. I'm misunderstood. And I realized a lot of that was because the energy behind my words wasn't intentional. It was not the intention that I had. Okay. So I had to get really, really clear about that. Okay. So let's look at some comments here. Oh, hi, Claire. Hi, Eve. Oh, thank you. Eve says, much love and blessings. Much love and blessings to you too, Eve. Thank you. Oh, good morning, Karen from the Pacific Grove. Oh, you saw, oh, I bet that the full moon, Karen says she saw it, the full moon on her drive to the coast last night. Oh, my goodness. I bet that was spectacular. Reagan says, good morning, almost noon. Oh, and Reagan was able to see the bright, gorgeous moon driving to school. I love that. Hi, Belinda. Um, oh, I love this. Eve says, full moons bring me powerful events and 99% joyous ones. That is a blessing, even. How wonderful. Um, I love the moon. I love all the moons and all of its glory and all of its phases and all of its cycles. And there is nothing like walking out and seeing a full moon. There just isn't. Last night, my daughter and I, we went and did a little shopping. And when we were coming out, the moon was just coming up over the mountains. We couldn't see it. We could just see the halo of light. And oh, makes me emotional to think about it now. It's just, we are so blessed to have this guiding force in our lives, the sun and the moon. And, it just really does bring me to my knees when I see it, with the majesty of it all, like the magnificence and the beauty and the splendor. So, they are powerful and they always bring good things, right? If we intend that, they always bring good things. Stacy, what would be a great, I would love to know. Stacy said that would be a great class. I would love to know what would be a great class, Stacy. Hi, Tracy. Thank you for coming. Oh, Les. Hi, Les. Oh, Eve. Amen. Our words are light codes. They are absolutely light codes. They are light codes coming from us and coming out into the world, right? So we want to be really, really aware of what we're spreading. And it's interesting because as I've been, sitting with all this communication stuff and contemplating, I've been really aware of the heavy or the kind of negative bent that there is a lot lately, and I'm seeing it kind of all over the place, even within myself. And I don't consider myself to be like that. Like I try to be aware of when I'm complaining or being a Debbie Downer. So I'm really aware of that. But this um blanket of fear that we are under worldwide is taking a toll, and it is causing people uh, that are typically not, in fear or negative or whatever, to kind of be leaning that way. And it's really unfortunate because, I think that right now we need all the light we can get. We need all the light from all of us that we can muster, that we can get. And so, that requires some pep talks internally, and it requires some come to Jesus talks some days, and it requires lots of self-awareness and time alone. I had a client yesterday and we had this big discussion about the fact that he's an introverted extrovert, and he doesn't really, he when I said you've got an introverted side, he's like, no, I love people, I love to be social. And absolutely, like, you can absolutely love people and love to be social and need your alone time and need your alone space, your time to do what you need to cultivate, those really deep parts, and to nourish those parts of you that need nourishment. So, I think that that's kind of what's happening. We're all finding that. Those of us that were more introverted, after the year and a half we've been through, we're feeling a little more social. And those of us that are a little more extroverted are feeling a need to be a little more introverted and take care of ourselves in a different way. So that's what this communication is about. It's really awareness at the basis, and light codes. Eve, I love that. I had not thought of that, and I appreciate you bringing that to my attention. So let's see. My mother told me, Tracy Lynn, your word is your wand. Oh my gosh, we've got to put that up. Yes. Oh, wow. Isn't that the truth? What a wise woman. What a wise woman, Tracy. Our words are our wands, right? And they're powerful, and they can wield, positive love and light, or they can wield some not so pleasant things. So we want to be really careful. And, that just reminds me, one thing that came to me on Monday as I was contemplating this conversation that I had with my daughter and my son is that, words stay with us. So, I remember things that were said to me when I was tiny, like maybe 3 or 4. I remember specific things that teachers said to me. Unfortunately, because it's kind of what we do as humans, I remember lots of love and positive things that have been said to me, but I remember probably more negative ones. Those stick with me a little longer. And so words are powerful, and they have a weight, and they have presence. And so we want to be really careful. And that's not only when we're speaking outwardly, that's when we're speaking inwardly. We want to be really careful and compassionate with how we're speaking to ourselves. Okay. The other thing about Mercury I want to add is that Mercury, the god Mercury, the son of Jupiter and Maya, he was the messenger of the heavens. So he was in charge of like dreams and our sleep time. And I love that, because in order for us to bring our dreams into the physical, to bring our dreams into reality, to really manifest what we want, we have to be aware of how we're communicating with ourselves, right? I spoke, Delisa and I she was on my Practicality and Magic show like a week and a half ago or something. And we talked about faith versus hope. And hope has a little bit of, doubt. Like, ooh, I hope this works out. Ooh, I hope that works out. Whatever. We want to have absolute faith within ourselves that we can create our dreams, right? We don't have to know how. We just have to have faith that the universe is conspiring in our favor, right? We have to believe and trust that things are, they want to work out for us. The universe, God, higher power, spirit, whatever you want to call it, wants to bring us everything our heart desires and more, right? God wants to bring us more than we can even imagine, but we have to be willing to allow it. And when we're in faith and trust, we're open to allowing it, right? So let's pull some cards. Who wants some cards? I can't wait to do this. And we're going to communicate and, use all of our Mercury power on both sides to get these messages. So who wants a card? The cards are going to be help and support for you in moving forward with this moon and with the communication and what you need to release. So we're going to talk about that. Okay, so I've got Belinda. Sorry, guys, I'm just going to take a moment and write these down so that I have them. Tracy, thank you. Reagan, Karen, Claire, Les, and Stacy. Stacy, did you comment about what class would be? That would be a great class. I don't see it. I don't know if you did. Maybe you don't want to, and that's fine too. Okay. All right. So I've got those people down. Anybody else is here? I know Jason was here. Jason, if you want a card, anybody else that wants a card, let me know. And if you're joining us, welcome and thank you for being here. Rose would like a card. Eve, yes. Eve and Rose. Okay. So let's see. First, we've got Belinda. Belinda, we're going to pull, I've picked up 3 different decks for you, Belinda, because it keeps changing. But I'm going with the Crystal Spirit Oracle right now. That feels really, really good to me. I'm using all Colette Baron Reed cards. I'm just, every time I go to pull cards, I choose the deck that feels the best and is calling to me. So I don't have like I only use Colette cards. I use whatever, but today it's all Colette. All right. So, ooh, Labradorite. Labradorite. Okay. So this is talking to me about protection. All right. And speaking about protection, and I love that the Labradorite, which is usually darker, look at all that blue in it, right? And then the yellow. So this is what I'm going to say. Belinda, there's some conversations that you are kind of mulling around in your head, and you're not quite sure how to formulate them or how to approach them. And the thing that keeps coming to me is you got to get grounded into your solar plexus, right? So we think that communication comes only from the throat chakra, but oftentimes many chakras work together for us, right? Like we can't have complete personal power if we're not grounded. If our root chakra isn't grounded, our personal power is going to feel off, right? Same way with our communication. If we get clear about our throat chakra, that can help us be grounded more into our personal power. But if our personal power is wonky, if we're not feeling personally powerful, our communication is going to be off. So where can you ground more into your solar plexus? Belinda, I'm going to say if you have my fire element essential oil or spray, use that. Okay. And this sounds crazy because you'd think I'd be recommending, my throat blend, right? My voice. But no, we need to ground into that solar plexus to help with these conversations. So, fire is going to be your best friend with your personal power. So, let me know if that makes sense. And if you have any other questions about that, Belinda, that would be great. And hi, Sherry. Thank you. All righty. Now we are with Lily. Okay, Lily, for you, I'm using the Enchanted Map. Okay. And again, this card is about communication. This feels like we want to talk about communication with yourself. Okay. And Belinda, with the fire, do you have the oil or the spray? Well, it doesn't matter. Use it at night on your ankles, outside and inside ankles, please. And then the same when you get up in the morning. Okay. So Belinda probably has a whole apothecary. Like she could open her own Michele Snelling store. Probably she has so many products, right, Belinda? All right. Oh, I love this. Okay. So with your communication into the unknown. Okay. So this card is all about intuition for me. So Lily, how can you connect your intuition, your third eye, and your throat chakra even more, right? The thing that I'm feeling is grounding. You need to, it feels like there's been a little bit of instability or uncertainty or a little bit of wonkiness, like the last 3 weeks is what it feels like. And so go ahead and ground as much as you can, like literally feet in the grass, back up against a tree, it would be perfect for you. Ground as much as you can. And I'm actually going to say my insight oil would be perfect for you, Lily, because that really, what it does is it not only opens your third eye, right? Your center of intuition, but it allows you to ground that intuition in, because we can have an open third eye, but if we're not grounded, it isn't going to help, right? It isn't going to really land, and we're not going to understand it. And it feels like I know that you've got really clear vision and really clear intuition, but it feels like something's ready to expand. I'm not sure if you're not open to it or ready, but that would help. Okay. Oh, hi, Karina. Welcome. This is your first time. Thank you for being here. We're pulling cards. So, Karina, if you'd like a card, let me know. All right. And Lily, I hope that helped. And Belinda says, she says, that's so funny. My granddaughter was amazed by my collection. I'm sure. And I hope she found some things to play with and enjoy herself. So I love when we, can share with our family and friends. Okay, Tracy. We're going to go with the crystals for you, Tracy. Okay, Karina says she would love a card. Got you on the list, Karina. Thank you. All righty. All right, Tracy, we are going with the crystal. Okay. And look at what Lily says. Thank you guys for the validation. I appreciate it. Okay. She's working dead on with the 3 weeks, working on just that connecting more with that communication. Perfect. Yeah. And you guys, if a product recommendation comes through while I'm reading your card, I will definitely give it. If I don't, it's because I'm discerning with my communication today, especially, from here on. And so if you want a personal product recommendation, just, reach out to me. You can email me at michellesnelling.com or Michele with 1 L at Michele Snelling with 2 L's.com. And I can give you a personal product recommendation. And if you need something, this is a perfect time to get it because my entire site is 22% off everything. 22% because my birthday is on the 22nd, which is tomorrow. And so, what better way for me to spread the love that you guys always give to me than with, 22% off. So this is a great time to stock up. Maybe not have the whole apothecary like Belinda, but what you need in this now. And it does change, because we're energy. It all changes. What we need now changes. So let me know if you need some help. All right. Okay, so Tracy, this is Seraphos green quartz, okay? And what I'm feeling, I don't know what this one is about, but it's green, which, speaks to us about the heart chakra, but it really isn't about the heart chakra as much as it is about the throat. This card or this reading for you feels very much about your 5th energy center, your throat chakra, and about just trusting that you can know for you. Okay. And I know that you know that, but walking the walk is not always easy, right? We can know that. And this is about really like knowing it, and knowing it. And so really bringing it into you as wisdom. And there's a belief system that's been held. And I feel like it's kind of like, I don't know if there were medical people in your family, like up your lineage or somewhere, but it feels like there's this belief within the medical community. And I know you're a nurse, but there's some way that you're diverging. And it's not like with like the typical stuff we're talking about now. This feels very different than that. But it feels like you're diverging onto your own path away from not only where you work, but like your family. So this is going to require a lot of bravery, which I think is where the green comes from, because, bravery is really, it's about our hearts and our willingness to just trust. Okay. So, I want to look that up really quick and see, because I feel like there's something that I want to, there's something in here that just wants to stand out to me. Okay. This Seraphos green quartz spirit appears to tell you that the foundations of wealth may not be obvious in your life at this moment, but you are meant to have certain experiences for the sake of your soul's calling. There is a gift therein, so accept what is. And so to me, that is simply saying, like, whatever this belief system is, It may not feel like it's going to lead to what you want or, prosperity or abundance, but trust you. You know better than anyone. Okay. So I hope that helps, Tracy. Thank you. Okay, now Reagan. Reagan, we are going to do a spirit animal oracle card for you. All right, and Reagan, this feels like communication about something in a relationship. And it feels like there's a lot of communication, and it's time to kind of pull it back and be quiet and listen. Not necessarily listen to the other person, but listen to your guidance. When we're in communication like this, we can't hear, right? When we're talking, we can't listen. When we're thinking, we don't listen. We don't hear. So where can you kind of quiet that a little bit and come in, be a little more still, and get clarity about where you want to go with it? Okay. And this is Lizard Spirit, dream the world into being. Okay. And it's upside down. So this to me says exactly what I was like. What do you want that relationship to be? How do you want to be heard? Allow yourself to really get clarity about it and hear it, feel it, sense it. And, be clear about it. Again, what do we want to have that we create it? So it all starts with our communication. So if you can be a little more still, be a little more quiet, then that will be a wonderful thing. Hope that helps, Reagan. And Reagan, there is a blend coming through for you, and it's Soothe. And Soothe, I love Soothe. It's for our nervous systems. And it helps calm us, but it works very heavily on the heart meridian, which when we have relationship stuff, our hearts take a little bit of a beating. So that would really, really help with that. All right. Okay, so Tracy says, it is a struggle professionally. I believe more holistically, and we'll deep dive into the family part. Thank you. Okay, thank you, Tracy. And Razika, hi, Razika. I would love to read a card for you. Okay. Karen, which deck for you? Map. The map is calling for Karen. Okay, Karen, this feels like communicate. The card is going to help with communication for you, for your purpose. It feels like in the last several days you have been really, really hard on yourself. And by last several days, I'm talking like five days or so. You've been really hard on yourself. Like, I've got to get this figured out. I've got to do it. I've got to know what I'm going to do. What's my purpose exactly? All the details. I want to know it right now. And it's just, that's not how it works. We want that. Our human wants that, but that's not how it works for us as spiritual beings. Timing is not ours. The details are not ours. So my suggestion, what's coming through is the communication with yourself needs to be very gentle, very loving. I will know when it's time. It will be crystal clear when it's time. Whatever words you want, but be gentle with yourself. Like, I don't have to know right now. I do not have to know. It's okay to be in this space of, learning and growing. And like, I call it, fact finding or just playing with it. Like, I'm acquiring everything I can that's going to help me to know how I want to move forward. And when we allow that time in that space, it can never go wrong. When we're in too big of a rush, sometimes it can be wonky and we can go places and do things that aren't really in our highest good. So the more time and space we can give it and the more gentle and loving we can be with ourselves, the better. Okay, so the card is Metamorphosis. Oh my gosh. What a gorgeous card to get for this, for your purpose, right? And this is all about transformation and becoming the butterfly, becoming you and everything that you want to be. And the thing that I love, what came to me, Karen, is I love butterflies, don't we all? But there's this story about scientists wanting to help the butterflies years and years ago. And so they thought, if we can help them out of the cocoon, it'll be easier for them, right? We want to help them. And so they helped the butterflies to come out of the cocoon. And then when the butterflies came out, they couldn't fly. Turns out that they needed all of that struggle and that muscle development getting out of that cocoon, right? They needed that amount of time. They needed all of that, struggle to build those wings so that they could fly. So trust the timing, even if it isn't ours, even if it feels like it's going at a snail's pace or slower, it's okay. Trust it. Okay. Um, the one blend is coming through, Karen, so strongly from the minute that I saw your name today, and that is fire. Fire is wonderful. It's for our third energy center, and it helps us to balance the fire in our life. And so, not enough fire, we don't have passion, we don't want to do anything, but too much fire, and we're scattered, and we're not in patience. Okay, so fire would really, really help. Oh, Sherry says, she thinks about that butterfly analogy all the time. Love it. Thank you, Sherry. Me too. And, Sherry, I have to be honest, I have the most gorgeous photo that Sherry took of a butterfly. If you guys want pictures of nature, Sherry is by far the best, in my opinion, my humble opinion. But her picture of the butterfly is so exquisite. And I have it sitting on my nightstand, and I always think of that, like, those wings are so gorgeous, and it took struggle to get those wings. It took some hard work to get all that beauty and to have that ease of flight, right? So we're going to have some struggle, we're going to have some fight, we're going to have some times of not feeling great, and that's just part of life. So if we want to have that metamorphosis, and if we want to have that transformation, it's part of it. So we've got to be willing to do it. Karen says, thank you, Michele. I'm smiling at you. Grateful for your beautiful message and gift. You know what else is cool about this Metamorphosis card? Pacific Grove is known for butterflies. Oh my gosh. Can't make it up, can you? Cannot make it up. And the thing is, when we're in a transition period, wherever we're at in life, if you're going from like one profession to a completely different profession, or even if you're within the profession and you're finding a new path or finding a new way, it all feels wonky. It all feels scary. It all feels ungrounded. It all feels uncertain. And the thing that we can do is be kind. And that starts with our communication with ourselves. Giving ourselves permission to take the time that we need is huge. That can go a long way, and that can move us forward in leaps and bounds, right? When we are constantly saying, I should be here, I should be there, this should be happening, putting all these time constraints and boundaries, forget it. We're not moving anywhere. So compassion, love, beautiful communication with yourself is where it all starts. Like I said, that's the beginning, the middle, and the end. All right, Claire, we're pulling a crystal card for you today, my witchy friend. And Claire had a birthday recently. Happy birthday, Claire. I hope it was wonderful. Fellow Libra. Us Libras, we are so much fun to be around, and we love beauty, but boy, it can be a challenge sometimes, right? That's just the honest truth about it. Although every sign comes with, challenges and beauty and all of it. So we're all just a big mishmash of it all. And we got to learn to love it all. Okay, so Claire, this feels like you've made some big changes, I feel like, recently, like some big ahas, some big insights have come, and you've determined to change some things. So I just want to first say brava on that. That's wonderful. Trust yourself and keep in that energy, not necessarily knowing exactly where to go or what to do, but just in the energy of that new what you want to bring, because this is really about a feeling, it feels like. Okay. And so this is selenite in reverse. Selenite is like the card that the stone that I always think of for like higher connection, right? And connection with our highest self and source, God, whatever you want to call it, the divine universe. So when it's in reverse, it's simply saying, like, where is that connection a little kinked? Where is it just off a hitch? And it doesn't feel like it's much. It feels like it's just literally like a teeny tiny little smidge of a pivot and right on. Okay. So that pivot is going to help you to really be connected and trust everything that you're feeling, all the changes that you know you want to enact. And it's going to give you the, that sense of purpose and bravery and willingness. Okay. So thank you, Claire. I hope that helps. Claire, the thing that's coming for me is connect. Connect is all about connecting, like opening this crown and the three energy centers above it, and just allowing you to really access those higher realms. Okay. Oh, and I got to say, because I think Lily, did I recommend Insight for you? I can't remember, but Insight and Connect are not on my website. So if you want those, you can order a different blend and then in the comments, tell me that you want those. Those are not on my website. Those are like blends that I used to have that I still keep. I love them, but I could have like 5,000 things on my website. I have to pare down from time to time. So here we go. All right. Let's see. Karen says, I agree, Michelle. Sherry is a gifted photographer. I love her work. Yes, it's just, oh yes, I love this, Claire. Been sick for several days, haven't been this sick in a couple years. I'm aware today that this is a clearing out and a shifting of DNA. So curious what card. Perfect. So there you go. Clearing out, reconnect with that higher power and your higher self, right? Oh, and I'm so glad your birthday was great. So glad. I love birthdays, right? Like I don't understand, and this is not a judgment, but I love my birthday. I don't care what age. People always are like, oh, I don't want to ask your age. Why? I'm 50. I'm going to be 54 tomorrow. Hallelujah. I am so excited. I love life. I am so excited to be here and to be able to live this life and experience all this joy and like experience all these things with everybody. If I wasn't turning 54, I wouldn't be able to be here having this experience and exchange with all of you. This beautiful communication, which just makes my heart swell. I wouldn't be having all the stuff I have with my family. I wouldn't be able to hear my son in the next room, which I'm sure you can all hear, playing guitar, right? He came home and he doesn't know I'm in here doing this. And I don't want to take the time to go tell him because, it'll take a while. So we're just going to have that background music. But, so when people don't enjoy their birthdays, I always feel a little bit melancholy or a little bit sad about that. Like, oh, darn, age is a beautiful thing. Wisdom comes with age. Knowing ourselves more and more comes with age. Like people talk about wanting to go back and be 18 or 21. And I'm like, oh God, no. Like I would never trade where I am today, what I know today, who I am today for that girl. I loved that girl. She was fabulous, but she's not as fabulous as this girl. So anyway, I'm glad you had a beautiful birthday. That was my little spiel on birthdays. And let's get back to card pulls. Sorry, guys. I went off on a little tangent there. Okay, Les. And yes, Lily, she was looking for it on there and couldn't find it. So that's why I'm glad I thought of that. Oh, and Claire is 52. Woohoo! That's girls in the 50s. Yes. Oh, and look at Rosika, 56 in a Libra. Oh, yay. Happy birthday, Rosika. I love that. See? It's fabulous. 50 is fabulous. There is not a thing to be like, to feel anything but pure joy about any age, I feel. But that's me. All right, Les. Oh, and Les, I started to text you and I didn't get to finish it yesterday. But Les sent me the most amazing birthday card. Thank you, Les. It was so much fun. And I got such a chuckle out of it. And let me tell you, these days, I am so appreciative of the laughs that I can get anywhere and everywhere. My daughter, she has two guinea pigs, and I just love them. And one of the guinea pigs last night, they have these little tubes like that they go in and play in. And I don't know what the guinea pig did in that, but she rolled 3 times. And my daughter sent me a message, and I just couldn't even stand it. It's like I was laughing so hard, and part of me felt really bad. But then the other part was, this is so fun, right? This is so fun to think about my little grand guinea pig rolling in that tunnel. And, I might have a little bit of a sick side. I don't know. Yeah, I probably do, but whatever. Okay, so Les, here's your card. And your card is, I feel like you are expanding, like, oh my gosh, in all the ways, personally, professionally, spiritually. Oh, Les, it makes me emotional to see all this incredible growth within you and the beauty that's coming, just like emanating from it. Wow. When I tuned into that, it just overtook me with such beauty. So I feel that happening, that's occurring. And so this card is going to be about how you communicate with yourself around all of that. Smithsonite. Okay, Smithsonite. Oh, that got loud. Sorry, guys. So this is green, heart center, right? But it's turquoise. It's really a beautiful, there's turquoise in there as well. And so, throat and heart, the combination of the two. Can you come to yourself with compassion? What this feels like, Les, is can you let go of a lot of stuff from the past that you're holding against yourself? The woulda, coulda, shoulda. We always look at the past with eyes today. And when we look at the past with today's eyes, we're judging us then from where we are today. Well, we weren't then who we are today. So it's unfair. It's unfair to ourselves to judge ourselves then by today's standards. So when we know better, we do better. So compassion is the name of the game for you. Compassion and love, my love blend. I have been using my love blend nonstop for the past 4 weeks because I have just felt this need of just to blanket myself in self-love and compassion. And I really noticed how hard I was being on myself and uber critical about everything at every turn without even realizing it. It was just like I had a tape that was on autopilot, on autoplay, and it just played on loop. And which, I meditate and I'm contemplating all the time. And still that was there, like underneath it all. When I, cleared all the crap, it was there. So I've been using love, and what I love, what I really enjoy, I'm going to say, so I don't love. I do love, but what I'm enjoying about the love is that I'm just more gentle. I'm just more gentle with myself, with others, with time, with my to-do list, with everything. So, do I think everybody needs some of my love? Amen. Amen. We all need it. And Les, I think it would help you a lot. So maybe you have love. If you have love already, then where I'm feeling for you to put it, and this is a little crazy, on the back of your knees at bed. Okay. And then on the thymus in the morning. Oh, and look at, here's Reagan. Reagan is 22 and a Libra. Reagan, my favorite number, 22. I was born on 22, and 22 is just such a great number. I just love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. Oh, yes, and Claire. Claire has a new grandson. Congratulations. He's beautiful. I saw him today. So gorgeous. Eve has a Libra rising. All right. And I love that. And Les says, okay, thanks, Les. Let me know if you need any help. And that's the thing too, guys. When you order something, I am happy to include a personalized a detailed description of how to use it for you because it's different for everybody. Like I said, it feels crazy to put something that's for your heart center on the back of your knees. It wants to go where it wants to go. Where would I recommend putting the connect for you, Claire? That's going to be right here, right behind your ears, in the morning and at night. And then at night also on the inside ankles. Okay. All right. So we did less. Stacy, are you still here? Okay, guys, if you're still here, please let me know. Stacy, Eve, I know you're here. Rose, are you still here? Sherry, Karina, Rizika, I think you guys are, but please let me know so that I'm not pulling if you're not here. Okay. Let's see. Stacy, we're going to use the Spirit Animal Oracle for you. And this feels like communication with a group. Like I feel like there's a group that you're dealing with and the communication feels wonky right now. And, you know, I spoke at the beginning about not feeling heard. Like I used to feel like, am I speaking Greek? Like nobody's understanding me. That I feel like that's where you're at right now. And I want to say, as an aside, that wasn't a one and done. Like I didn't work on that and then I'm done with it. I still have times when I'm like, what language am I speaking that nobody understands? So then I have to come in, I have to ground in, connect to my throat chakra and really get clear about what's going on. Okay. So it's never a one and done, guys. It's always, we revisit it when it's time. We go deeper. We look at it in a different way. You know, we get tired of it. It's exhausting at times, but it is purposeful. Okay. Turkey. Okay. So, and this is in reverse. So protection mode. So what this turkey's all about gratitude, right? But to me, what this feels like with this message is where can you, sorry, I just want to get clear. There's a lot ruminating. Where can you focus on what you're grateful for with this group? And we tend to think that we're in gratitude, yet we're thinking, I don't really like that. I don't really like this. Ooh, that's not good. That's bad. Blah, blah, blah. So where can you focus more on gratitude? And where can you get absolute clarity? Where can you get absolute clarity about how you're feeling with this group and what's going on? Okay. So gratitude, gratitude, gratitude. Find it. Hope that helps, Stacy. That one, what came to me is wealth. And I don't know what this is, Stacy, because I don't feel like this is not your normal set point. But I feel like you've kind of gone into some lack consciousness and lack thinking. And what that means is, you know, we're just thinking about there's not enough or this isn't good. This is not, you know, and we want to bring that more into the abundance consciousness. And wealth is the most beautiful thing. If anybody here is having any issues with like abundance and prosperity, wealth is your go-to. It grounds us into our root chakra so that we feel safe and secure and protected. And it also bolsters our solar plexus, our third energy center, so that we are grounded into our personal power, where we know who we are, what we're here for, and we're not afraid to do it. Okay. And open to everything. So, Stacy, I hope that helps. All right, Eve, map deck. And Lily, thank you for letting me know that Stacy's watching on TV and can't comment easily. Thank you, Stacy. And Lily, I appreciate you guys letting me know. And thank you, everybody who let me know that you're here. Rose, Karina, Ruzika, Sherry. Perfect. Got everybody. All right. Okay, Eve. Oh, okay. This card is flying. So to me, the communication is stay in the trust that you are right where you are meant to be, that it is happening the way that it is meant to be, and that you can absolutely trust yourself. Now, I feel like you are already in this space. You already feel like you are just in ease and flow and just, you know, expanding all over the place. So trust it. It isn't going to stop. It doesn't have to stop. You can sustain this, and just keep like affirmations keep coming through. Like, I am ease and flow. Not even like I am in ease and flow. I am ease and flow. I am joy. Joy is a part of my life. Everything I do is in ease and flow. I do everything with ease and flow, whatever it is, whatever affirmations you can bring in about this card, please do it and just keep yourself there. That's the wealth blend again for you. Feels like Eve, because wealth, not only does it bring us to that space of abundance consciousness, but it helps root us in there and keep us there. So that would be wonderful for you. Okay, Rose. Rose, I keep seeing threes all around. So I don't know what the three is. It feels like children. Do you have 3 daughters or 3 kids? But I feel like something's going on with the middle one, and you're having a really hard time. And it's like your heart, I just feel this heart heaviness. And so does that make sense? And something with that middle one. Something's going on where you are feeling like a disconnect or just not quite in alignment and in sync. And so this is about that communication. Ooh, we got Smithanite. Same one I think we pulled for less, if I'm not mistaken. This feels very much again like the, turquoise is what keeps coming to me. Okay, 3 kids. My daughter, okay, Rose says 3 kids. My daughter is preteens and we're constantly on each other's nerves. Boy, do I get that. And I'm sure all the parents here get that have had preteens or have preteens. It's a challenge. And, the teens, it's just a challenge. Parenting is a challenge, whatever age. But so what I'm going to say is stop questioning yourself. Stop questioning yourself as a mother. Stop questioning what you believe you need to do as a mother. Trust yourself, enact the boundaries, okay, that need to be enacted, even though you're like arguing with yourself because maybe it's not like what somebody else is saying to do or what you've thought to do in the past or what you've done with other kids. Each child is an individual and we have to treat them that way not only do we want to treat them as individuals, but how we parent them is going to be different. So we need to give ourselves that permission in that space. So where can you find that? For you, Rose, I'm definitely recommending my voice essential oil. That is all for this throat energy center. That will really help you ground and really help you clear away all the debris of what you believe and get to, clear the debris of what you don't believe, all the extraneous stuff, so that you can really land in what you believe and what's going on. I hope that helps, Rose. Okay, Sherry, we're going to do a crystal for you as well. Boy, these crystals are just speaking to me today. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Oh, thank you, Rose. I'm so glad that has helped. She said, oh gosh, my heartstrings so on point. Thank you. You are welcome. I also want to let you guys know that not only are the products on my site on sale, but I'm having a sale on my one-on-one individual readings, my intuitive sessions, my mediumship sessions, whatever you're needing. They are buy one, get one 22% off. So you can get a reading today or, for yourself, schedule it. You can get another reading that you can give away. You can keep it for yourself, whatever you want. But this is a great time to get readings. I love to do one-on-one sessions at this time of year because the veil is thin. It's not only thin for me as the person, the conduit from the spiritual energy to you, but you as the readee, the veil is thin for you, so you're more open. So this is a beautiful time of year to get readings. I always get readings this time of year for myself, which, we do that, right? Intuitives, we need readings too. People always say, well, don't you just know for you? Well, yeah, Sometimes, but sometimes no. Sometimes I can't see the forest for the trees. Sometimes all my junk is in the way and I can't really get clarity. So I need to go to somebody neutral who can give me clarity. All right. So Sherry, this feels like the message that I just keep hearing is silence. Like, where can you find silence within here, right? And externally, as much silence as you can sit in, the better for you right now is what I'm feeling. Oh, and this is petalite. Okay, so this is pinks and purples. So it's like, the heart and up. All those energy centers are going to be really activated. So, where are you trusting your intuition? And Sherry, what are you doing to help your intuition? Like, what are you doing to increase it? Are you practicing things? Are you keeping journals about intuitive hits that come? I love to do that. I love to, keep track of intuitive hits in my journal and then go back and see what happened and how my intuition was, right? And that's a beautiful way to build trust because that's the key to our intuition, building trust. Where is our trust with ourselves? And it's like trust with anybody else. It comes from time. It comes from experience, right? We don't immediately just trust somebody. Sometimes we do, but not often. We really need to have that personal experience with them, right? So, what are you doing to increase your intuition? That's what I'm feeling. And I want to look at this card and see if it says something different or more, I should say. When you get bogged down with all the details and complexities of a situation, it requires patience and the ability to step back and observe the bigger picture. When intending abundance, there are times when you think you have all the answers or you believe you know the quote how of getting to goal or outcome, when the fact is you don't. The universe must play its part, and that means you don't have to be afraid. Okay. So, just what I started off with, the silence, right? Silence. Quiet it all. Quiet all that outside noise as much as you can. That's how we get clarity. That's how we come to here and here where we know for us. Okay, so whatever you can do to expand that trust in your intuition and to quiet around you is going to be great. Sherry, for you, I'd recommend the insight. Again, the insight would be wonderful, and that insight I would be putting it feels like it wants to go on your temples like 4 times a day. Okay. I hope that helped, Sherry. Karina, the first card I pulled for Karina, I think. Is that true, Karina, or just the first card on here? Okay, Karina. Feels like something's going on at work, and that the word that I keep hearing for you is patience. Where can you find patience? Where can you just be in the space of suspension, like, just not doing anything at work to figure out, because I feel like there's flux going on and you're in a space of needing movement. Okay. But it's hard to know what that movement is when you're always in movement. Okay. And when you're like, we got to go when you're in a hurry. So the patience is really key here. Where can you bring that in? And then, turkey. Okay. So the thing that I'm going to say is, this is not just about gratitude for the job, but gratitude about like life in general. And what it feels like is, can you think of something that fills you with gratitude, something in your life that you don't even have to like try to be grateful for, it just is, and sit in it for like 4 minutes every day, several times a day, if you can. That's really going to increase that amount of gratitude. And gratitude is connected to impatience. When we are impatient, we're not being grateful. we're not being grateful for life in general, right? So that's one way to really help with impatience. I know that sounds kind of crazy, but it's true. And try it. You'll really love the results. Oh, Catherine. Hi, Catherine. Catherine, if you want a card, I have space for one more. Just looked at the time. I have to be off in a few minutes, but I can pull a card, Catherine, if you'd like. And we're talking all about our communication for this full moon and the extremes of communication and where we need balance. Okay, um, so Karina, does that make sense? Being more in gratitude, taking that space for gratitude will help you with the patience and will help you with knowing where the next right movement is. Okay, that is the blend that I'm feeling for you, Karina, is earth grounding. It's like very, very, I feel like you need grounding a lot. And let me tell you guys a little bit about earth. Earth is another one that I say, like, everybody should have it. We talked about Belinda's apothecary. She could, open her own Michele Snelling apothecary. But this is one that everybody needs in their Michele Snelling tool bag, okay? Or in your tool bag. This is the Michele Snelling product everybody needs because it grounds us and it's beautiful and it's really gentle and easy and it makes you just feel good. You just feel good. And one of the reasons that I want everybody to have it is because it is the perfect product to use at night. I put a little bit on my feet of the oil. I spray my ankles with the spray, and then I spray my bed. I spray my sheets and my pillows with this earth. And what it does for my sleep, it's just incredible. I have the best sleep, have the best dreams. I get the best messages when I'm using earth. Some nights I forget. And when I wake up, I'm like, oh, I didn't use my earth. And my dreams were weird. And I don't even know what they mean and whatever. So I love earth. And now's a great time to get it, 22% off. It's a great, birthday celebration. Celebrate with me. Yay. All right. So Ruzika. Okay, and Karina said, and Catherine would like a card. Wonderful. Karina said, thank you. Yes, it does. Thank you for letting me know. You guys, I always appreciate. And Eve was up here. Eve said, beautiful confirmation. Thank you. I really appreciate when you guys validate because, we like to know. And then Sherry said, definitely feeling that I need more silence lately. Nailed it. Also been feeling and started journaling. Great. The extra verbiage makes so much sense. All right. Thank you so much, Sherry. I appreciate it. All right. So Ruzika, is there something with a book? Are you writing a book or thinking about writing a book? Because boy, do I ever feel that strongly. And not only do I feel it strongly within you, but I feel like how needed it is. Like it's going to be life-changing for women. Like I keep seeing you like Brene Brown. So, wow. And I'm getting my sign that, yeah, what I was seeing was spot on. Okay, well, there we go. So do it. Do it. Be brave. Oh, I'm getting emotional. Partly because I feel like the truth of this within you, Ruzika, but I feel like how we are all going to benefit from it is going to be so incredible. So, just have to honor that. Okay, so the card that I got is Otter Spirit. You are never alone. And for me, this communication is all about how are you communicating with your spirit team? I feel like your spiritual team has changed and like some have dropped away purposefully because they want you to be very, very discerning, right? We're using that word today with our language and our communication, discerning of who you want to help you. And this, I'm just going to use an example for me really quick with this. So for instance, I've been wanting to work on compassion for myself. So I've called in Mother Mary because she is the queen of compassion in my mind. So when I want to work on that, I want the queen helping me, right? I've needed to do a lot of cord cutting and, releasing of old family garbage and stuff. And so I'm calling in Archangel Michael to help me with all that. Okay. So like that, like, who do you need to help you with this book, right? Who do you need? You want to set yourself up for success. And so who do you want on your team that will help you to be successful, that will help you when you have those doubts, when you have those fears, when you're not feeling brave and you're feeling stuck? Who do you need on your team? Talk to them, call on them. And you don't have to know them all right now. Just be open to it. So that's the discerning communication. Who do you need? And this feels like very much throat energy, like fifth energy center. So the voice blend would be what I would recommend, Ruzika. But oh my gosh, the word discerning intelligence keeps coming up. Oh my gosh, I love that. I love that. Can't make this stuff up, right? Just can't. And it makes me so excited, Ruzika. I can't wait. Oh my gosh. So what's coming through you is absolutely stunning. That's the only word I can use. Okay, Catherine. Catherine. Is there a change in job, Catherine? Because I keep feeling here and then there and then here and then there. So I'm not sure if you're going from here to this and then back, or if you can't decide. So I'm not sure what that back and forth is, but if you could let me know. And I'm going to pull the map. I feel like we need a really concrete card for this because you're having a hard time making the decision. And what I'm going to say is you got to come from the heart. What is your heart speaking? Where is your heart speaking? How is your heart speaking? That is what we want. Oh, okay, perfect card. Solitude. And the thing is, no job. So what's the back and forth then, Catherine, that I'm feeling? It's like here, then there, then here, then there. It's not is it within work or thinking about working or somebody else's? I don't know. But what is coming through loud and clear is that the communication is lack of communication. Like the more that you can clean and clear your internal energetic emotional space, the better off you are going to be, the more clearly you will know what the answer is for you, and the more clear you will know how to nourish yourself, where to go, where to be, what's best. Okay, so she says husband. So husband is going back and forth within the job or trying to decide what job. Whatever the case, it goes back to, I said, like, make the decision from the heart, right? And the only way we can truly know what our heart is speaking is with solitude. The heart doesn't yell. The heart doesn't yell. The heart's gentle. The heart's loving. I mean, it can be loud, it can be, aggressive, but it's never going to yell. It's just going to be there speaking to us and telling us what we want, what is in our highest good. And I feel like this card is for your husband as well. So the more quiet and centered and grounded he can get, the better. And interestingly, Catherine, I'm going to recommend, something's coming through to recommend for him. I hope that's okay. But water is what's coming through for him because I feel like his emotions aren't in flow. He's not really connected and allowing right now. He feels a little bit congested and stuck. And so my water blend, that's what it's for. I created my water blend at a time in my life when I was just not wanting to feel. Like I literally was saying every day, like, I don't want to feel anything. I don't want to feel anything about that. I don't want to feel anything about this. I don't want to feel about the other. I don't want to feel anything. Good, bad, ugly, nothing. Everything in between. Don't want to feel. I was overwhelmed. And I know that that is not healthy. And I know that that wasn't good for me. So I needed something to help me with that resistance and with that part of me that was keeping it all dammed up, right? Because that creates stagnant, stinky water that's not good. That's like, physical illness, right? And too much water and it's an explosion. So we don't want either of those. So that's why I created water. So I feel like that would be really good for him. Catherine, does that make sense what I said there? I hope so. And if you'd let me know, I'd appreciate it. And thank you so much for everybody being here today and taking your time out. I can't tell you how much I love you and how much I appreciate you taking this time with me to talk about the full moon and to allow me the honor of pulling cards for you, because it is an honor. It is an honor. This is vulnerable. I mean, we're not in a private session, but this is still vulnerable. And I appreciate you letting me do that and have this time with you. So I just want to remind you guys again, if you need a personal recommendation, if you want to know what I would recommend, message me. You can reach me, Michele at michellesnelling.com. You can reach me through the website at michellesnelling.com. I'm also, Instagram. You can message me there. You can find me all over the place. And I'm easy to find. So if you need something personal, let me know. Don't forget, I'm having this sale and 22% off because we love 22. And that's on all the products. Oh, not the birthday bundle. Oh my gosh, I forgot to talk about the birthday bundle. Oh, guys, I got to take just 1 minute to talk about my birthday bundle. I create a custom blend for myself every year, something that I need, that I love. Last year, I created a blend that I knew it helped me so much and I knew everybody needed it. So I named it Peace and offered it to everybody. This year, same thing. I created a blend about a month ago. It is so powerful, so beautiful. It is all about alchemy. And so I'm offering it to you guys. It's called Sacred because it connects us to our sacred self and builds our faith, our trust, and our compassion. It's just the most beautiful blend. So I've put it in a birthday bundle. So you get sacred oil, sacred spray, and a love spray, because love, we just need more compassion, right? So that's the birthday bundle. That is not an additional amount off because it's already on sale. It's $54. And wouldn't you know, as things have it, when I added up the price of everything and I took 22% off, it was $54. Can't make this stuff up. So 54 because I'm turning 54 and it's my birthday bundle. I would love all of you to partake in that. So go find the birthday bundle and all the other things. And if you need me, message me. And then the readings are buy one, get one 22% off. So thank you guys so much. And thank you, Eve. It has been the most beautiful birthday party full moon celebration. And thank you guys for being here with me. I love you all. I appreciate you all. Have the most gorgeous Thursday and full moon. Talk to you later.